everyone, GameWiz1 here to talk to you about Xi3's recent hardware announcement, the PC known as the Piston. This amazing custom PC is unlike any to have come before. The major selling point to the Piston is its unique size, an incredibly small 4 inches squared that is packed to the gills with hardware goodness. This includes a 3.2 GHz AMD Trinity quad-core chip and an AMD Radeon 7660. As you may imagine, this means a tiny little box will come out swinging, as it also includes 8 gigs worth of DDR3 RAM as well as a 128 GB solid-state hard drive. The Piston has every type of connector you could ever need, including triple display ports. Yes, triple. That means a tiny little box the size of a Rubik's Cube will be able to display your games to a triple monitor setup, which AMD refers to as Eyefinity technology. Now, as for the connectors, there will be 2 additional slots for 2 512 gig solid-state drives, as well as 1 microSD card slot, 12 USB ports, 1 digital audio port, and a few other assorted ports. All of these features add up to one incredible gaming PC, especially when you consider the additional solid-state drive ports. You can obviously imagine that this could be an opportunity to use the recently announced Steam OS in a dual boot configuration. This is kind of funny when you consider that this device was previously rumored to be Valve's very own Steam box, which they had been working on for quite some time as a poorly kept secret. Now, there are very distinct benefits to using this tiny powerhouse. Namely, that a user can purchase a Piston with their intention of using the system for their next-gen console. Unlike home consoles, though, the Piston will be upgradable, something no console can do. Then there's the system's modularity. The Piston will not require additional help when upgrading, as the parts are extremely simple to install by anyone, regardless of their skill level with computer hardware. The tiny yet extremely powerful system will be able to play the very best versions of all current-gen video games available on PC. This, however, does not mean that there is a certainty that the system will outperform the PS4 or Xbox One, as neither home console is released with fully finished games in which to base any claims of superiority. Nor do we know how the game developers plan to design their next-gen games. Will these new games be designed for the PC and ported to the consoles, or the other way around? It is also important to consider the recent trend in gaming where new games are being designed with multiple screens in mind. As you know, the Wii U utilizes a tablet-like controller for their second screen. Microsoft has already announced their plans to support a second screen with the announcement of their tablet app known as SmartGlass. Also, Sony has revealed that they plan on using their own PlayStation Vita as a second screen, which allows them to create games which use both screens as well as their front and rear touch panels, as the Vita can also double as a game controller for the PlayStation 4. As of this time, the only PC controller which claims this type of functionality is Valve's very own Steam controller. This may be a difficult choice for some gamers though, as the newly designed Steam controller uses a highly customized touchpad system instead of the more traditional twin-stick configuration used by nearly all other controllers. Now, on to the downsides for the Piston. The entry-level price for the Piston is a whopping $999. The main reason for the high price is the use of solid-state drives, as standard drives would be both too large as well as too slow for quality gaming experiences. Obviously, this will be a very important factor when considering whether or not to purchase a Piston. Another important thing to consider will be upgradability. As you may have imagined, all parts found within the Piston will be custom made, and as yet there has been no announcement on the prices of individual components. One would have to imagine any future prices would be above your standard hardware. Each piece will be custom designed and built for this unique PC. As it stands right now, Xi3's Piston is an incredible piece of hardware, but it is yet to be seen whether or not the price is going to affect its sales performance. When you consider the system's $1,000 price point, you begin to wonder whether or not the call to purchase a Piston will be greater than buying both a PlayStation 4 as well as an Xbox One. Or perhaps you're more interested in either of the consoles and a new iPad or Surface 2 tablet. Either way, everyone knows that the last few years have been extremely hard on traditional PC manufacturers. So when you consider this, as well as the draw of the next-gen hardware releases, this combination could be a severe problem for Xi3 and their Piston. How does the Piston sound to you as a next-gen contender for your living room? Is there a new PC in your future, or do you feel that the dwindling numbers in home computers is enough of a reason to wait and see how things go for this upstart? The idea of making a $1,000 purchase without any assurance that there will be upgrade parts available down the line makes for an extremely difficult purchasing decision. Were there some guarantee of future support, there would be a far less fear in making this my primary source of entertainment. But as it stands, I fear that there is simply not enough assurance that this hardware manufacturer will have what it takes to wrestle control away from either Sony or Microsoft for my gaming dollars. I do love the idea that the Piston represents, but I simply do not have the confidence that something so unique will have enough draw to lure away enough hardware gamers to ensure a bright future. Well, that wraps things up for now. As always, this is GameWiz1 from GWiz TV. If you have anything you'd like to discuss, please feel free to leave your comments below. And of course, please hit the subscribe button to ensure that we can continue to provide you with our unique brand of game-related news. Bye for now. GameWiz1 out.